So good morning, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Morosco from Spirited Practice, and I'm going to invite you to lay down on your back to begin today. And whatever that means for you, so it could be that your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the ground, or that your legs are straight. But I want you to make sure that you're comfortable. So, if you need some padding anywhere, definitely add that in. And then closing your eyes, if that's comfortable, because you don't need to look at the video for a moment, and hopefully I will describe things well enough. And then if you can place your hands on your body somewhere. So it could be on your chest and your belly. If that's a lot of work or your elbows don't come to the ground, then you could have your hands like just on your legs or something like that. But I want you to have your hands on your body somewhere and start to focus on your breath. And as you do so, when you exhale, see if you can connect to that sensation of gravity, kind of pulling your body towards the floor. See if you can connect with the feeling of your breath moving through your body, or how your body moves as you're breathing. And if you have a particular breathing practice like Ujjayi or nose, chest, belly that you like to use, feel free to do that. And just noticing how you're feeling today, mind, body, and spirit. And thinking about how you would like to feel when we're done with practice today, right? Now, once you have that rhythm with your breath, whatever it is, we're going to bring our arms out to the sides, palms down, settle in. So let your body be heavy. Notice the places where you feel connected to the floor. And we're going to have the feet about hip width apart with the knees bent. And just settle in. And the inhale is going to be while the knees are pointing straight up towards the sky. The exhale, you're going to start to move your knees over about 4 inches, no more than 4 inches. I know that most of you can go further, right? Inhale back to the center, and then exhale about 4 inches in the opposite direction. And you're just going to go back and forth a couple of times, and you're noticing what's happening in your pelvis and your low back. Notice what happens in your feet, your hips, your knees as you're moving. And you're moving with your breath. Now, next time you finish your second side, we're going to walk the feet out a little bit. Again, maybe about 3-4 inches. And again, you're going to move the knees 3 to 4 inches, maybe a little bit further now, maybe like 5 to 6 inches. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side, and you're alternating sides. And again, as you're doing this, so we're moving slowly with our breath, you're noticing where you feel sensation. And obviously, if anything hurts, you stop and you modify. Now, again, the next time you finish your second side, you're going to walk the feet out again one more time, about 4 inches or so, and then connect with your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. And this time you can come down as far as it feels comfortable, right, without forcing. And just moving with your breath. And one more time, still breathing. Now, when we come back to the center this time, you're gonna walk your feet back to about hip distance apart. We're gonna bring the right knee in towards the body. And you can hold on to that knee. I like to work with my foot flexed. You can make circles with the knee. You can move it in and out, but you're just kind of seeing what feels good in the hip. And if you're holding on to your knee and not moving, you might roll through the ankle, right? So you're gonna do what you're called to do as we're here with this right knee in our hands. And eventually we'll come to a place where we stop in the center, and you're gonna interlace your fingers on the back of the thigh. Inhale, you're gonna press up like you're trying to lift up your ceiling with your foot. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. Inhale, press up with that foot, straighten the leg, the hamstrings press into the hands. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. Your arms and hands are creating resistance on the back of your leg. Inhale as you straighten and press up. Last time, exhale in towards the body, and then release your hands, take that foot down to the ground, and we'll move to the second side. So again, as you settle in, you flex the foot, you hold on to the left knee, you make circles or move the leg out to the side. You're still connected with your breath, still paying attention to all those wonderful signals that your body gives you. And again, you might stop and hold the knee and roll through the ankle a couple of times. You know, looking at our practice as an exploration into healing your body, like helping your body to feel its best. Then we're going to lace the fingers again on the back of the hamstrings. Inhale, press that foot up, press the back of the thigh into the hands. Exhale, knee in towards the chest. Just moving with your breath in a way that feels good to your body. And one more time. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep that knee up. We're going to bring the other knee to join. And now you're going to have your thighs perpendicular to the ground, maybe. Feet flexed, lower legs parallel to the ground. Shoulders and head relaxed on the floor. Hands someplace on your legs, or you could have them on the ground. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, you're going to reach the head and knees towards one another. Inhale, head comes back down, knees move away. Exhale, come in towards the center. Obviously, if it doesn't work for your head and neck and shoulders, just move with the legs, right? So inhale, body down, knees away. Exhale, come in towards the center. We're going to do it one more time. And then as you exhale and bring your head down, we're going to bring our feet down to the floor. And I just realized my block is far away. And we're going to find our block and place it under our hips. And now if you want, I like to do it this way because you have the lift of the pelvis and it's supported. If you want to do a little bit more work, you can do it without the block. What we're going to do is move through the arm, head, and neck. So inhale, arm comes up, head turns away from the arm. Exhale, you come back to the center, arm comes down, alternating sides. And the other way that you can do this without the block is that you're lifting your pelvis as you come up, arm comes up, head turns. So again, it's your practice. You might have to try both ways before you're sure. which one feels better for you. And for me, sometimes it's some days I like to do it with the block and some days I don't. So you kind of, you know, do what feels good and appropriate for that moment. So the next time you finish your second side, you're going to pause for a moment. And if you have the block underneath you, you're going to take that out. We're going to stretch both legs up towards the sky. Now inhale is going to be straight legs away from the body. Exhale, you're going to bring those legs towards the body. So we're going to, since we're looking at the spine today, not actually looking at the spine, working on the spine, we're going to look at forward bends in different ways, right? So this one, we do this sitting up all the time and standing up. So just exploring how it feels when you are on your back, bringing your leg towards your body. So next time you're done, we're going to carefully bend your knees, bring the feet down, roll on over to your side, and you can sit on up. And if you have some tennis balls, grab them. So as you get yourself to a seated position, just check in. How are you feeling right now? Like, does your body feel a little bit warmed up? Are you comfortable? Now we're going to take those tennis balls. You're going to bend your knees and we're going to go in front of the sits bones, right? So your pelvis, your butt stays on the floor, but you're pressing those tennis balls in the front. And then you're going to carefully start to roll one at a time. You're taking your pelvis over each of the tennis balls or kind of into the tennis ball a little bit. And you're still breathing as you move. Now you might start to move your knees side to side. If you've found some other way of doing this that feels good, go ahead and do that. Now when you feel complete, we're going to take the tennis balls out and then again, so your butt stays on the floor. I'm going to turn to the side for this one. And you're just kind of rolling over to the side and pressing the tennis ball in a little bit and then second side. And again, you're going to move your knees side to side. And I like to kind of move my body front to back a little bit, but you're working your glutes into those tennis balls. Unless, of course, like I always say, unless it hurts, then, you know, figure out something else. And if you don't have any tennis balls, if you can find other things to use in your home, just make sure that they're not too firm so that you don't get injured on them, right? Now we're going to take those tennis balls out and we're going to bring them to the back. So you're sitting down, you're going to place the tennis balls at the lower back, bend the knees, slide your body back, and then move the knees side to side. And just breathing. And you might find yourself wanting to move the tennis balls. Feel free to do that. Now, eventually, we're going to come to a place where we stop and we take the tennis balls out. And I'm going to invite you to stretch out your legs and sit up nice and tall. And some of you will want to have a blanket under your pelvis. So if you find yourself kind of sliding down, slumping back, place the blanket under your pelvis and then let your hips tilt forward. Then we're going to flex the feet. And here, so a couple of different things. We're going to start with the hands on the thighs. Inhale, body up. Exhale, slide down. And just do that a few times with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling, sliding down. Noticing how that feels in your back body. If you're feeling a lot of tension, especially in your legs, you could bend your knees and allow your body to slide down that way. So we're actually still in the part where we're warming up the body. So make sure that, again, it's not causing you any discomfort. And next time you inhale and sit up, we're going to stretch those arms up. So as soon as we do this, it makes our lever longer, right? So you're going to inhale up and exhale forward with your heart, right? So it's not about like reaching your head and getting your arms down. It's about keeping your arms in line with your body, inhaling up and exhaling, coming forward, and just noticing how that feels in your body. What do you need to do to engage to be able to keep your arms held up, right? So you're inhaling up, exhaling forward. Don't go too far. This isn't about like trying to touch your head to your knees, right? It's about engaging your core to help support holding those arms up. So next time we come back up to the center, relax your arms down, and we are going to make our way up to standing. So come on up, and if you have your tennis ball close by, of course, what would be the day without rolling our feet for just a few moments on the tennis balls? So I invite you to do so. And I love hearing stories. I was just talking to a past client, and she's like, well, one of the things I never stopped doing was rolling my feet on tennis balls. And I was like, that's good, because I think rolling our feet on tennis balls is the one thing that all of us should do as long as we can, right? As long as we're able to. So rolling, if you haven't switched feet, definitely do so, making sure that you're touching as many parts of the foot as you can. And then when you're done, you're going to place the tennis ball someplace safe. Okay, and we're going to do just what we did on the floor, only now we're going to do it while we're standing up. So I want you to feel your feet on the floor. Lift up your toes and spread them out. Then take your big toes down, little toes up. And just switch sides for a moment. Little toes down, big toes up. We're going to do that one more time. And then relax your feet. Then we're going to place the hands on the thighs. Your feet are about hip width apart. Legs can stay straight, or you can bend them as you desire, right? So inhale is going to be up. Exhale, you're going to slide down into your forward bend. And you come up slowly, and as you're coming up here, I want you to press down with your feet. Feel your low back, your hips, your glutes engage, and kind of roll up as you come up. So being very mindful or thoughtful as you slide down, right? So let your hands connect. And it's almost like the movement starts at the top of the spine and goes to the end. And then as you come up, opposite way, coming up from the spine back up to the head. So when I do it that way, I feel more of a stretch. And so just noticing if that's true for you or not. And last time, and you're going to inhale and come up. And again, we're going to stretch the arms up. I realize in the video, my arms are, you can't see them, but they're in line with my ears. And again, watch here and be careful. So some of you are going to want to have a bend in your knees. We're going to inhale up, and you're going to exhale. You're bending at your pelvis only to a place that you can keep your arms in line with your ears, right? Inhale up, exhale forward. So when I do it very slowly and thoughtfully with my breath, I notice that I have to really engage my core to protect my back and to stabilize myself, right? I feel my feet working on the ground. It moves up my legs into my body. And last one, Inhale up, exhale forward. And when you come up this time, relax the arms and let's just roll through the shoulders a little bit. You can do that 2 at a time or 1 at a time just to get things moving. And I want you to pause for a moment and notice how this feels in your body, right? And then when you are done doing your observation, we're going to take a wide stance. And feet are parallel. And I really want you to think about your legs being a leg's distance apart, right? So feet are parallel, or you can have your heels slightly out, but I don't want you to turn your toes out, right? And then we're going to have the hands on the outside of the legs. Inhale will be up, exhale, we're going to slide down. And you're just sliding the leg, the arm down the leg. Now, next time we come up, if you want to, you're going to lift the outside elbow as you slide down. And just moving with your breath. Inhale is up, exhale as you come down. And after you do your second side, if you want to look up, so now you're sliding down the leg, lifting the elbow and looking towards your shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. If it feels at all uncomfortable in your head and neck, then you don't add that in. Okay, one more time to your second side. And when you come in towards the center, now we're gonna bend the knees. And so at first, we're just going to keep the hands on the legs or the hips, whatever comfortable. And I want you to inhale up and exhale, bend the knee. And notice how your knee bends over your foot, right? And if you're finding you want it to make sure it feels comfortable in the knee and that you feel supported and safe. Okay. Now we're going to take the left hand onto the right leg, and your right arm might reach up towards the sky. You're going to explore with this one, right? Inhale is going to be up. Exhale, you're going to slide down that leg and then maybe take that arm up. So you're going to see what feels right in your body. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down the second side. Inhale is up, and you'll notice, like, if you are looking up towards the video, I decided not to extend my back arm up, but you're welcome to do that if that feels appropriate. Okay. Now, next time, again, when you finish your second side, let's step those feet together. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your fingers a little bit, and actually let's do a little bit with our hands. So interlace your fingers. We're going to roll through the hands. Any way you do this is perfect, right? Do a couple of times in each direction. Then we're going to make like cacti. So I don't know what I did with my video that I'm not able to see all of you today. There we go. All right, so now you're going to make like cacti. Your palms are facing out. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, you're going to bring the elbows, forearms, palms towards one another. They may or may not connect. You're just going to move with your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the elbows and hands together. 2 more times. Now, next time your hands are open, we're going to turn the fingers down, which for some of us that feels comfortable and some it feels kind of awkward. So now your elbows are bent, your palms are facing away from you. You're still breathing, and you're going to stretch those arms up and bring your hands back towards your body. Kind of like windshield wipers, but not as fast. And again, as you're doing this, notice where you feel sensation, right? Okay, one more time.
And when your hands come back in, relax those arms, roll through the shoulders if that feels good, or shake out your hands. And I thought we might do a little bit of balancing today. So what I want you to do, you might want to be near a wall or a chair or back of the couch or something like that. What I want you to do is, and you can do this with a strap, with a straight leg or a bent knee, right? So we're gonna take the weight on the right foot, bend the left knee and hold the inside of the knee, or you can hold your big toe. I know, too many choices. Or you can have the strap in your foot. So just kind of see what feels good. You know, take a moment to get yourself in a comfortable position. So either you're holding the inside of your knee, you're holding onto your big toe, or you're using the strap. And just find your balance and your focus and keep breathing. Now very slowly, you're going to start to open that leg out to a comfortable place without doing all sorts of funky things with your body to be able to do that, right? Come back to center and bring that foot down. Okay? Keep breathing. We're going to do the next side. So weight on the left foot, you're going to bring the right knee, big toe, or use the strap. Find your balance. And again, what do you need to do to hold this leg up here like this? Keep breathing. Find a non-moving spot, a drishti, your focus point on the floor. And then when you're ready, again, start to open the leg out to the side. And you'll notice I did it in different ways. Maybe not if you're not looking, right? And again, we're going to come back to the center and bring that foot down. We're going to do it one more time. So again, holding on to your left knee, using the strap on the padded part of your foot, or holding on to your big toe. Find your focus. So it's not like, how can I rush into this? It's like, we're going to hold here, breathe and focus, and then when you're ready, if you're ready, open that leg out to the side. Keep breathing. Doesn't matter how far. Don't force it. You're still looking at your non-moving spot. Come back to the center. Foot comes down. And then last time, second side. Again, bent knee, strap, or holding on to your big toe. Breathe and focus. And whenever you're ready, open that leg out to the side. Keep breathing. And back to the center. Foot comes down. If you're using a strap, you can place it down. And now we're going to have your hands on your thighs. You might have like wiggled a little bit or rolled through your shoulders to release anything that may have come up in that last pose. And let's have our feet a little bit wider than hip distance, okay? You're going to inhale up, exhale, slide down. Bring your hands onto the floor or onto a block. And then what I want you to do is take your butt towards the floor. So inhale, straight legs, exhale, come down towards the floor. Knees are bending over your feet and you're moving with your breath. Now next time you come into your squat-like position, I want you to find your breath, find your focus. And we have our feet a little bit wide, right? So you're going to pull your knees towards one another, right? So that you're helping your body to hold you here. Breathe and focus. From here, we're going to walk the body up a little bit. Again, if you need to adjust your feet to get yourself comfortable, you're going to do that. And then eventually slide on all the way up. And we're going to come down into a squat. So when you're in your squat, you could have a block under your butt. You can have your feet, toes pointed out or feet parallel. You can have a rolled up blanket under your heels, but get yourself into a comfortable squat with the back rounded. And we're gonna start to bring the chin towards the chest. And your hands can be on the floor, they can be on your forehead, heart center, wherever it's comfortable. Long, smooth breaths, and you want to make sure, we're kind of in a really deep forward bend here. You want to make sure that you can still breathe fully. Maybe one more breath. And so from here, as you're ready, we're going to come down to the ground. I want to do something a little bit fun. It's a little bit strenuous, but I think you might have fun with it. I'm not sure when was the last time you've done it. So what I want you to do, and you might have a blanket under your knees, but we're not really going to be on the knees here. We're going to be on our elbows, and you're going to walk your feet back and turn your toes under, and we're going to do a modified plank. So I want you to find a comfortable place. You could do this with your knees on the ground, okay? Then you're gonna make circles with your chest, right? Your butt comes up, and you coordinate it with your breath. You're like, what's going on here? And then you can go in the opposite direction. Hope you're all with me. Okay, and eventually we'll come to a place where we stop. Gently bring your knees down and walk yourself back into a child's pose, or we're gonna end up on our back in just a moment. If you wanna come onto your back and bring your knees to your chest, you can do that as well. And then I just want you to relax for a couple of breaths and check in. How are you doing right now, right? I actually really love doing that modified plank in doing those chest rolls. Now, when you're ready, you're gonna make your way onto your back. And here we are going to use the strap again. So if you have something close by, that would be wonderful. So you're going to be on your back. Feet are going to be about hip width apart with the knees bent. We're going to take the strap on the padded part of your right foot. And then you're going to turn that leg. So the leg is going to stay perpendicular. You're not putting it forwards or backwards, right? You're going to pivot the whole leg, knee, and foot out to the right. And then you're going to drop your left knee out to the left. And I know some of you know what's coming, right? And you're going to hold and keep breathing. And try not to force it. See if you can relax into this somewhat, for some people it's really easy, for some people it's strenuous. But see if you can just relax. You're going to come back through the center. And then you're going to turn the whole leg and foot in towards the left, as if you walked with your knees and feet pointing towards the center. And then you're going to drop your left knee in towards the center. Keep breathing. Again, noticing any sensation, noticing the flow of your breath. And we're going to make our way back to the center with the leg and the foot. Now this one, I have to move away so that the wall is not in my way.
Now this time you're gonna take the strap into both ends of the strap into your left hand. You're gonna lift up your left foot and reach for that foot with your right hand and bring that knee down to the floor. Now, if that doesn't work for your body, you're just gonna bring that knee to the floor and not hold on to the foot, okay? Now, you're gonna slowly lower that leg across the body without dropping it down to the floor. Keep breathing. And then you're going to use your lower abdominal muscles to try to push your right buttock away. And keep breathing. And obviously you're modifying however you need to make this pose work for your body. And we're holding and breathing. We're holding the pose and moving our breath, right? Now, when you're ready, we're going to come back to the center. We still have the strap on the padded part of the right foot, the left knee is bent, and we're gonna bring that knee towards, kind of like towards your right armpit, right? Just for a moment, just to stretch that hip flexor in a little bit different way. Then we're gonna take that strap off, and you're gonna take a moment to notice how you feel from left to right. And then we're gonna move to the second side. So again, you're going to have your leg perpendicular to the ground, strap is on the padded part of the foot. You're gonna walk your hand up the strap and turn your left leg to the left. Then you're gonna open the right knee to the right. And we just hold the position and keep breathing, noticing the wonderment of your body. Now coming back to the center when you're ready, you're going to turn your left leg and foot to the right, drop the right knee towards the left, and you're still breathing, noticing sensation, making sure there's not too much sensation. And again, when you're ready, we're trying to hold each pose for about 30 seconds. Okay. When you're ready, we'll come back to the center. Fun part coming up, right? Both straps in the right hand. Lift up your right foot, reach for that foot with your left hand. Possibly bring that knee down to the ground, holding onto the foot or not holding onto the foot. And then slowly you're going to lower that leg, left leg over the body. Let it hover. You control where that leg is, and you're breathing. And then you're going to start to press your left hip and buttock away from the body and feel those lower abdominals engage. Keep breathing. And again, when you start to feel like you're done, and some of you will want to stay longer than others, you'll make your way back to the center. Place your right foot flat on the floor, and we're going to bend the left knee towards the left armpit, holding onto the strap and pulling that foot down. And still breathing. Again, as you start to feel complete, we're going to take the strap off and lift both feet off the ground. We're going to make some circles with our knees a couple of times in each direction, noticing how your legs feel, how the low back feels on the floor. And just pause for a moment. I think here, I was just wondering how much time, we have a couple minutes left. What I'd like to do is, I want you to bring yourself to a wall, and if you have a blanket, that would be wonderful. And finding the right spacing for this is always interesting. You're going to have your shoulders on the blanket and your head will be on the mat. And then your arms are going to be down at your side for support. And then you're going to bend your knees and have your feet flat on the wall. And if you have any neck injuries, I suggest that you just do this part and maybe have your legs stretched up on the wall, and don't lift your hips up and try to put any pressure on your neck. If you don't have a neck injury, you're going to have your feet parallel with your knees, and then you're going to start to lift your hips up, right, off of the ground. And don't turn your head, right? You're keeping your head straight so we don't interfere with blood flow to the brain. And you're just going to move through, pressing your feet into the wall as you lift your hips up. Just move with your breath. And it doesn't matter how high up you come off of the floor, right? You're just moving to a place that is comfortable in your body. Now, if it feels good and you want to keep your hips lifted, feet pressing into the wall, you might take your hands to the lower back and explore taking one foot off the wall at a time. Again, vision staying towards the ceiling. We don't want to turn our head here. You're making sure that there's no discomfort anywhere in your body. And then eventually we'll bend the knees, bring both feet to the wall, and very carefully bring the hips down to the floor, and somewhat straighten your legs so that you are doing legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. And you're just going to relax here for a moment. You might have your hands on the floor, on your body. And you're checking in, like, how does my body feel? How's my breath moving? And this is also a great time, you know, is there anything else that my body needs before I move into Shavasana? And some of you might even choose to do Shavasana with your legs up the wall. So if there is anything else that your body needs, you can go ahead and do that now. If you're ready to start to move into Shavasana, you can do that. In Shavasana, you know, corpse pose or relaxation pose, some people call it, you want to be warm, not too warm, of course, right? Comfortable in a place where you'll be able to relax as completely as possible. But as I said, some of you might need to do something else before you're ready to move there. So if that's you, go ahead and do that. And legs up the wall also can be a really nice way to help to move into a quiet place, to help you to relax. And so as you are settling in, seeing if you can, with your breath, invite any tension, any toxins, anything that you want to release, negative thinking, let it go with your exhale. So just breathing in fully and exhale, releasing any tension, any thoughts that don't serve you, any toxins, anything that you want to let go of. Long, smooth breaths. And then as you settle in, seeing if you can soften your eyes, letting them settle into their sockets. Letting go of any tension in the jaw, the face. And letting yourself be held for the next few moments. Ushudaya Sambudante Vedante Somena Saha Sarajnya Rajnyate Rajnya Om. So I invite you to come back to your body, back to your breath. If you'd like to do a little meditation practice and breathing, I invite you to sit up. If you'd rather stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, I invite you to do that as well. And so for our breathing today, and I probably should give you a second to sit up, so go ahead and do that. For our breathing today, it's a little bit complicated, but it doesn't have to be. We're going to put the breath that we did last week together with another breath that we learned before. Okay, so you're going to breathe in through your mouth, either in like Shittali or Shikari, right? So either with a rolled tongue or placing your tongue behind your teeth. Either way, it's like slurping in through the mouth, and then you're going to breathe out alternate nostril. Okay, so I'll demonstrate, and you're going to do whichever parts feel okay. So inhale through the mouth. Exhale. Exhale, left nostril, right? Inhale through the mouth again. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale, left. Inhale through the mouth, rolled tongue or tongue behind the teeth. Exhale, right. We'll do a couple more rounds. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale, left nostril. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale, right nostril. One more time. Left nostril out. And right nostril out. Now, when you're done, place your hands in a comfortable place in your seat. You might have your eyes closed, or you're looking towards the floor with eyes at half mast. Breathing in your natural pattern. Gentle, smooth breaths. And some of you may recognize that chant that I did. It's a chant to the moon, and I do it often because I love it, and because yesterday was a full moon with a lunar eclipse, and so maybe noticing how you've been feeling. It's sometimes a time that we go inside a little bit. So I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you need? And notice when I say that question, what word or words popped into your head. Sometimes the first one comes and it's like, no, that's not big enough, or that's too big. Just notice what comes up. What is it that you really need? Is it nourishment, love, sunlight? And notice as you bring that up any emotions that might be attached to it. Excitement, sadness, fear, frustration. And just and being with the idea that it's okay to have those emotions, whatever they are. And then, what is one thing that you could do today to fulfill that need? And even if it seems like the most intangible thing, what's one thing that will connect you to that need in some way? And then possibly commit to yourself to do that thing. We don't have to make it big or have it be something that's expensive, you know. What's one small thing we could do to connect with that need? And then when you feel complete with that, and I know that some of you probably want to sit longer, and you're welcome to do so, because I can just end and you can keep sitting, right? And if you are ready to complete, you know, taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up to practice, and maybe bowing your head to the heart, heart to spirit. And if you'd like to join me, we're going to pull in energy from the planet. So we're going to inhale our arms up and exhale the sound HU to the heart. Inhale, arms out, palms open. Exhale the sound ah to the heart. And inhale, scooping up from the ground, the sound Om. So thank you for joining me today, and I appreciate those of you who have made donations to me, and we are going to keep being here a little bit longer because well, and I'll probably continue to do this anyway because the college has decided not to open just yet. So have a beautiful day. Namaste.